In my last video, I mentioned a few games from my childhood. This is one of those games. Simpsons Hit and Run is a game I get an urge to play every once in a while. This entire video idea basically stems from me wanting an excuse to play the game again. I enabled a mod called One Tap Player Card Death. It's a mouthful to say, but basically if I hit anything, I explode. You'll get to see this mod in action later on. Enough explanation, let the game begin. I had some weird issues with the controller and double inputs because of Steam. After a lot of fiddling with the mod and Steam, I got to work. I had to watch the opening cutscene like 3 times. The cutscene is basically about a camera wasp and a new cola. The game begins with the tutorial where you go to the Quickie Mart to get ice cream because Homer's fat and ate it all. Level 1 is bringing Lisa her homework, which she left behind. I have to race Skinner, which really begins to demonstrate the pain I'll be encountering later on. I have to use the shortcut and car race section to get to the road without exploding. The glass panes seem to make me explode, so I'll be trying to avoid them. The race was pretty easy, and then we made it to the school and gave Lisa her sculpture. Turns out Homer ate the gallbladder. He's a fat fuck. Level 2 is a returning property Homer stole from Flanders before he ends up calling the police. This one is really easy, even with the mod. The problem is me fighting the muscle memory to use shortcuts because I'd have to go through glass panes which kill me. Level 3 starts with Homer needing to go to work, but his poor scorpion farm is at risk when he remembers there's an evaluation being done by Smithers, so he goes to the Krusty Burger to ask where Smithers was. He's at the Quickie Mart. I bought a plow cane for Barney because it's required, and you probably also see me collecting coins throughout the level because they're needed for things like this. I then go to destroy Smithers' car, but then I run into an issue. It's an instant kill if I hit anything, so this means I can't beat this level. I end up skipping it for now and going to the next level. Level 4 doesn't even require a vehicle. Homer being lazy wants to sleep, but can't because of the cameras, so he destroys all the control boxes for the cameras. By the time he finishes, his shift is already over and he basically worked all day. Gameplay wise, this is a piece of cake. Level 5 is a follow mission where you must follow a car but not get too ahead or behind it. Homer gets sussed out by a black van and Marge gets turned on by Homer's paranoia. Homer follows the car and gets led to Burns Manor, leading Homer to believe he is behind the vans. I learned that going through the trailer park is a good way to blow up, so I have to take the long way around that, which I have never done before. The barn is also an instant kill, so I can't use that either. Level 6 is a hit the car so things fall out level. Only issue is I explode if I hit anything, so I took a break here and closed the game. Forgot to save, so I had to replay all the previous levels. Before this level, I changed the mod settings so I hit target AI vehicles like Smithers and this level. If you believe this fails the challenge, then so be it, but it makes the game a lot more fun. After redoing all my previous levels, I get back to level 6 where I have to help Marge destroy a violent video game. I just hit the truck repeatedly until I meet the objective and win. Level 7 was an easy one due to a little glitch I used. I parked my car halfway into the power plant and started a level. The power plant door closes, but my car is stuck in it. I get into my car, which explodes because of course it does, but luckily, this level isn't an insta-loss if your car explodes, so I run over to the phone booth to get my car back and heal, so I can quickly drive to Burns Manor and beat the level. The lore here is Homer is super paranoid about everything happening, including the black vans, the cameras, the wasps, and everything. And he sees Smithers race off Mr. Burns, so he races there to get there first. This is the end of the first level of Simpsons Hit and Run. I have never really been sure how to call them. There's 7 levels in the game, but also 7 levels per level. The wiki has remedied this issue by calling them missions. Missions usually have different characters and maps, so levels take place during. Hopefully this makes it easier for you and me to understand. Next level, mission. I messed up in the script twice in the same time when I was trying to clarify it. Are you kidding me? The next level takes place downtown of Bart. Level 1 opens with Bart being big sad he can't get the video game Bone Storm. Funnily enough, this is the game Marge made us help destroy previously, so yeah, we caused level 2. Mission 2 level 1 starts with Bart being sad he doesn't have Bone Storm. Nils tells him Skinner's going to expel anyone who's missing school. I have to outrun Skinner and drive to try and save, but when I get there, Jimbo laughs at me because he got the last copy. Level 2, Bart asks Kearney for help, but he tells Bart he's too stupid and tells him video games are outdated trash. Fireworks are a new craze. I first have to go to Moe's Tavern, in which Otto is selling fireworks. I go inside and Moe sells me some more after telling me he doesn't sell alcohol to minors because it goes against his morals. Next, I drive to the town hall and buy fireworks from Snake. Then I go to the police station to buy some from Ralph, who says we're gonna get arrested. Next part, we escape from Wiggum, who's chasing us. I couldn't get away, but I found a way to win. If I crashed into him enough and exploded, his car would take damage, so I just kept doing this until he exploded, then I drove off with a civilian car, won. Level 3, Bart asks Comic Book Man for a way to get Bones Storm, but Comic Book Man says, "Fuck off, kid, I need to race a nerd." So I end up racing a nerd. I won solely because the AI got stuck somewhere. I think most races will be won this way. Level 4, I was told that Professor Frink has all the copies of Bones Storm, and he needs help making a robo-dinosaur. So Bart helps him get a radio transceiver. I follow a black van to Herman's Antiques, and it turns out Snake stole what I needed, and I gotta race him to get it. I also lost several times, and I reset during the race because cars would hit me and instantly cause me to explode. But turns out I didn't lose if my car exploded, so I stole a civilian's car to finish the race. Almost lost too. Level 5, I gotta help Frank find a satellite dish now, so I end up helping Cletus find Roadkill and deliver it to Krusty Burger. This level has caused me issues in the past, but after I watched a speedrun on the game, I found a better way to beat this level. Grab the Roadkill behind the train on the way back instead of the way over. After getting to Krusty Burger, Apu tries to explode me because he can't sell his sussy baka meat. I exploded a few times, so I had to replay the entire level. Almost lost at the end too, but I managed to beat it. Level 6, this level was annoying. It's a collectathon. I had to collect a bunch of monkeys and do it fast enough without exploding, and one area is impossible to reach with your vehicle without exploding. I ended up quitting and skipping to the next level, so I didn't have to play it. I came back, found a path to beat the level, and on the ramp, I just run up and use the elevator to get up and grab the last monkey. I did this all for a blender. Level 7, I have to destroy 4 cell phone users because it's causing problems with the Robo Dino. Glad they don't exist now. This level is an insta-loss if I explode, so I have to destroy them without exploding. After beating all of them, I drive back to Frank and we get to watch the Robo Dino almost kill us. Then we escape and get abducted by aliens. Aliens? Mission 3, Level 1, begins with Lisa beginning her search for Bort. She starts off by asking Fat Man Comic Man about his whereabouts. His response is, "Shut the fuck up, stupid grill! I need a comic!" So we had to help a fat man get a comic from the nerd that he raced in Bart's level. During this level, I realized I kind of overestimated the deadliness of the boardwalk. However, it's still a pain. You have to rush back because the fat man's sweat starts to degrade the comic after this. I love how I twisted this. After all this, he tells us nothing and tells us to ask Milhouse. I also bought the Lisa Cool outfit for a later level. Level 2 starts with us asking Milhouse where Bort is. Milhouse ends up asking Lisa on a date and sends her to check places where Bart obviously isn't. This level ends with us getting nowhere closer to finding Bart. I did a trick towards the end of the level where I just drive where Milhouse's final location will be, run back and forth to skip the timer. I found this out as a kid. It's a very tedious, but it ensures you win. My car exploded because the area got deloaded or something. I didn't lose, but that was interesting. I think my car got pushed into the canyon, which I'm not sure how that happened. Level 3, Apu asks Lisa for help to stop Cletus from selling roadkill to Krusty Burger. After smacking Cletus a fuck ton, Apu tells Lisa to ask Frink about Bart. Frink tells her Bort helped build a Robo-Dino and then disappeared in green smoke. Lisa then looks for someone wise. I wanted to try a speedrunning trick I saw where you get Cletus stuck, but I couldn't do that, so I just beat the level normally. Level 4 starts with me talking to Old Man Abe. He tells us Bart's lucky red hat fell out of that black sedan. Lisa realizes she needs something big to explode the car, that being the school bus. I bought it previously, but it doesn't prompt me to take it out, so I'm confused on what exactly happened, but I did start the level. I had a lot of trouble with this level. I wasn't sure what vehicle to use. The school bus is too long to be used reliably in this challenge, so I used Mr. Plow. My winning run starts with me almost hitting an AI car resetting for the win, by the way. I ran into the black sedan, then I ran into the black sedan from behind, slamming into a tree, dealing heavy damage. Then a simple slide hit deals enough damage to kill it. I carefully navigate the bridge, then get to the movie theaters without crashing. I try to ram into the car full force, but I don't do enough damage, and at risk of hitting one of the people standing around, so the second sedan is spent, mostly hitting and chasing until I can finally destroy it. After destroying it, I grab a wrench to heal my car because I don't want to risk anything. The third stand, I hit hard enough to where it hits another car, trapping itself. I try to take advantage of this, but the sedan pushes the other car, which touches mine, which causes me to explode. But this destroys the sedan, winning the level for me. Level 5 begins with Lisa asking Wiggum for help. He says, "No, I'm incompetent," which Lisa interprets as he needs help getting Snake arrested. I was already wearing the disguise needed, so I auto-started the level and beat it really quickly. One of the areas I need to progress to for the fishes, so I destroy it for future rounds. I beat it on my 5th try or so. I crashed my car right before the last fish, so I decided to run and grab it before I lost, which I managed to do. Before I started level 7, I collected a bunch of coins and then I used Mission Select to be teleported to the start of level 7. I started with a streetcar, so destroying a limo was a bit tough, so I switched to a school bus. After many attempts, I switched to Mr. Plow because the school bus sucks. I beat the limo on my first try when I switched vehicles, however it exploded and destroyed my car, so I stole an NPC's car to drive back. Luckily there's no time limit. Then I lose because getting on the boat is almost impossible without exploding, and you need a car to get onto the boat. I managed to somehow use the ramp, which is an insta-kill to destroy the panel. I don't talk to the sea captain, so I have more time to do things. I managed to get onto the boat, but I crashed on the walkway, so I had to run all the way up and barely make it to Bart. This level sucked, and there is a more reliable way to get onto the boat. Towards Krusty Land Studios, there's a ramp you can use to get onto the boat. I didn't do this because the glass pane is an instant kill. I thought at least, but later on I learned how to break it. Mission 3 ends with Lisa finding Bart, but he speaks exclusively gibberish. Mission 4, level 1, starts with Marge trying to talk to Bart, but he's too stupid. In the loading screen, you can see the newspaper talk about a crop circle that is shaped like a Bort. Marge goes out to investigate and specifically asks Fat Man Wiggums about it, but he's obese and eats donuts. But the donut shop is closed, so it makes Marge steal donuts from him via crashing into the donut car! I failed a few times. The most bullshit time is when I exploded upon going up a ramp, which happens a lot more than it should. My winning run was when I crashed into the donut car. He got stuck behind a retirement castle sign. It started backing up when I exploded. I got into the exploded car and tried ramming into it with the donut car, which caused it to drop donuts en masse. After I picked up all of them, I stole a civilian car and hit the donut car one more time for the last donut and beat the level. I'm so lucky this level doesn't have a car requirement. After I gave the skinniest American his donuts, he points us towards Cletus knowing more. Before I started level 2, I went around and collected coins, bought the MA outfit for a future level, and kicked Ralph.
Hi there, Mr. Smiles. I ate a thumbtack.
Marge tries to ask Cletus what a crop circle is, but he goes insane and drives away, and I have to follow him to the gas station. Upon starting the level, some stupid civilian touches me and causes me to explode, so I have to keep restarting. I end up just kicking him out of the way, then I drive away trying to follow Cletus. I end up switching to Homer's vehicle because Marge's vehicle loves being unstable and hitting everything. I have to drive through the trailer park, which is super risky and ends up killing me several times. I can't miss any items or I lose, and I can't use the barn or else I explode. Driving through the power plant is super tough because there's a bunch of fatties walking around and I have to carefully dodge every single one of them, but do it fast enough where I don't lose Cletus. After I beat the level, I jump on Cletus and do a super jump which causes him to fly. It feels so good after the pain he caused me. Before I start level 3, I collect coins and buy the police outfit, which is needed for a future level. I started this level with 172 coins. I finish with 1,786 coins. This is important because it took me 6 hours to beat this level. I could go over every single detail. I could show you a sped up version, but it's just such a pain to watch. To summarize this level, I had to collect 18 ketchup packets for Cletus for the winter, and in return he'll help us. This level doesn't give me enough time to avoid shortcuts. The first hurdle is the fire truck ramp. I have to use it. If I hit the sides, I'll explode, so I have to carefully go over. After I go over, I have to reset my car or else hitting the ground could cause me to explode. I have to carefully dodge the cars, obstacles, and when I go to the church, I have to drive next to the glass pane to grab the ketchup packet, then reset my car. This part is the biggest RNG part. I have to go between 40 to 60 miles per hour to be able to not explode when I drive up the ramp. Then I have to go fast enough while on the ramp to break the pane. A lot of my runs ended right here. Once I get in, I have to be careful to not hit anything. I also have to grab a wrench or else the smallest thing would cause a game over. Once I get all the ketchup packets in the back to school, I drive towards the glass pane behind Willie's shack and reset my car back up to the road. I drive over the little bridge, grab a wrench, then I begin the second RNG part of this level. I have to drive onto the building and go fast enough to break the glass pane and go far enough to be able to reset my level onto the road closest to Burns Manor. If I get put back in the road close to the gas station, I lose because I don't have enough time. After I get to Burns Manor, I have to drive in and manually break the glass pane because my car almost always explodes when I hit it. I grab another wrench just to be safe. I use the shortcut to drive into the power plant. This is the most heart-wrenching part of the entire level for me. I have to back up and get enough speed to grab the last ketchup packet and be able to reset before I hit the wall. I have to dodge the fat man. I then have to escape a black sedan and drive back to Cletus' house. I rage quit after this level because it took me 6 fucking hours. Level 4 is a really short level and it's very relieving to play after level 3. Cletus tells me to go to the graveyard. I find the mole man and he cries about being abused or whatever. But I have to drive to the retirement castle for Grandpa Abe. I end up having to race Wiggum to the retirement castle and that's the mission. Level 5 is a tough one. Compared to level 3, it's a cakewalk though. Marge talks to Abe about the crop circles, but he's going insane because someone stole his pills, so I have to go to the school because Nelson stole them. Getting to the school is a time crunch and I can't use the ramp, so I have to go around. Nelson tells me a black sedan traded with him for the pills, so I have to follow the black sedan as he drops the pills. This isn't that hard because you normally can't hit anything or you miss a pill and lose. The sedan goes fast, so you have to be fast too. I'll beat the level and tell Grandpa about the cropsicles, one that looks like the new cola. Level 6 starts with Marge talking to Bart and asking him about the crop circles. He finally snaps and tells her that the cola is an alien mind control device. Marge dresses up as a cop to confiscate the cola. This level is a collectathon entirely on foot, so no car, which means this level is a cakewalk. 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 I try to mispronounce it and I say it correctly, are you kidding me? There's no challenge here, so let's just start on level 7. Level 7 starts with Marge asking Apu if he knows where the cola comes from. He doesn't know, so Marge goes on a rampage, killing people who drive cola trucks, and destroying the trucks too. This level you have to destroy 3 cola trucks, and if your car explodes, it's okay, you can get another vehicle. The main enemy of this level is time. After destroying all the trucks, you have to drive to the Simpsons house where you got to escape Wiggum. I learned this afterwards, but I heard if you just get out of your vehicle and run into the Simpsons house, it's an insta-win. So you don't even gotta escape from Wiggum. Mission 5, Level 1, starts with Apu wanting to get to the bottom of the cola. He finds a cola truck and follows it to the Legitimate Business Club. Before I start the level, I loosely gather coins and buy all the required stuff for future levels like the car made for Homer and the American outfit. The level starts and I end up chasing the cola truck over a civilian vehicle. To beat this level, I had to pick up 11 cola crates that drop from the cola truck. I end up switching to Apu's vehicle, but the ramp at the start of the level causes me to explode. I end up switching to Marge's vehicle because it's tall enough to drive over the ramp without exploding. After this, it's just trial and error to beat the level. Level 2 starts with Apu trying to get information from Louie, but gets nothing and gets threatened, which reminds Apu he has 8 babies. So he goes to the hospital, but Louie chases him in his limo. Before I started this level, I started with a blown up car, and when I started the level, the car respawned, but not fully. It's really weird. After I restarted, I drive to the hospital and escape Louie twice. Level 2 and 3 really feel like they should be one level, but they aren't. Level 3 starts with the doctor telling Apu diapers are covered by insurance, so Apu has to steal them. This level is pretty easy, just hit a car punch and collect the diapers, drive back to the hospital, and boom, done. This is also the only level Dr. Herbert appears in. Level 4 starts with Apu talking to Krusty about where the cola comes from. Krusty is useless and advises him to follow a cop instead. So helpful. You basically gotta follow a donut trail, which leads to Wiggum. Then you follow Wiggum to a criminal. It's not that tough, just don't crash, but don't fall behind either. I've been playing using a controller, and around this time, usually whenever I turn, I end up accidentally pressing the horns, so you might hear me honking a lot. Level 5 has always been tough for me. You have to follow a trash truck, pick up the trash it drops, and collect a bunch of trash like the previous collected mods. And within the remaining time, drive back to Snake. And now I gotta do all this without crashing? It's a huge pain. I'm gonna breeze through this, but I gotta follow the trash truck and get good RNG because the entire level shares the timer. I have to hope the trash truck doesn't get stuck on anything stupid, then I have to find an appropriate route to collect all the trash, then drive back. This level stressed me out of it, so it felt nice beating him. The next 2 levels aren't that hard. Level 6 pissed me off. I had to re-record this, so I replayed it because the footage wasn't captured. And it sucked. I tried getting the armor of the truck stuck, did it once, but then a stupid woman jumped in front of me and made me explode. To beat this level, you usually have to guide the armored truck at the wall so it crashes, and front-on collision will do more damage to your own vehicle than the truck. The lore here is helping Snake more because he's a scumbag. After beating the level, he tells you the cola trucks are registered to the museum. Level 7 was never hard unless you're not allowed to hit anything. My first run I remember being very tough. My second wasn't tough, but I managed to beat it. Turns out my first and second run weren't recorded. Main strategy for this level is to guide the creator into walls with as much force as possible. Being more aggressive is recommended. After you blow up the guy, you drive back to the museum. Time to go over the lore now. You ask Bart for help at the museum because Apu is lazy. The cutscene after reveals who's behind the cola, these 2 ugly aliens, and their future plans to make Springfield more crazy for their reality TV show. They talk about giving laser guns to people and putting coal in the water supply. Makes perfect sense, right? Right? Mission 6, Level 1 starts with Bart asking Apu for help with stopping the cola. Apu cries like a little baby, so Bart asks Otto for help instead. Otto is picking up kids, however they're all going to the same place, Krusty Lou's Studios. So it works out. This level is fine, but I have to be careful and fast enough to beat this level. Since I drive the bus and it's long, it likes hitting things and being hit. Though, during this entire mission is one level I dread, level 6. Before I start level 2, I collect some coins and buy the car I'll need for level 6. Level 2 starts with Bart asking Barney where Krusty is, but he's at Squidport doing the Colo promo, so I need to follow a truck to Krusty's limo, then race the limo to Squidport. The truck kept hitting my car, so I had to run to the phone booth and call my vehicle so it wouldn't get hit. Following the truck was a bit hectic, but I managed to beat it in the end. Then, I have to get close enough to the limo to trigger the next part of the level without hitting the limo or getting hit. Just like most races, I won because the AI got stuck, and I was able to drive without making mistakes. Level 3 starts with Bart asking Krusty for help, but Krusty doesn't believe him, so Bart needs backup, and he remembers Frink. This level just has me follow Frink while Frink drives like he's an idiot. I beat it, and asks for help. Level 4 starts with Bart talking to Frank. Frank tells Bart there's laser guns in the Duff truck, so Bart has to get them. This level, you gotta drive to the brewery and hit the Duff truck. A bunch. Then drive back to the brewery and collect the laser gun. I tell you this because this level is a pain. I had to chase the Duff truck on Squidport, which is filled with people. I can't hit people, so I have to dodge them, which usually causes me to run out of time and unable to catch up with the Duff truck. I only beat it because I managed to get the Duff truck stuck and hit it enough for it to drop all the boxes. My car exploded at the end, but I was able to pick up the last crate on foot, so yay! Level 5 is basically Skinner steals Bart's laser gun, so he murders Skinner for it. Level 6 starts with Bart showing Krusty the laser gun. He now believes Bart, but the laser stands were already set up, so Bart has to destroy them all. I ended up saving this level for last, and last, I mean the last I beat while playing the game. I originally skipped this level, and I'm glad I did, because I come back to this level with vehicles from Mission 7. I explained what those are further on, except these cars I have. I originally tried to beat it using only the hover bike, since it's fast and slim. However, towards the end I switched to the race car, a really fun car to drive. I also drive in first person for better accuracy. A lot of this level for me is just finding a good route to beat the level, then perfecting it. It was a pain, but it was fun. I'm glad I unlocked a race car for this level. Level 7 starts with Bart telling Homer everything. Homer is angry at Duff, and they race a black sedan to the brewery, where the two aliens behind everything greet them and tell them their plans, which have now already succeeded. I've never beaten this level without the sedan being stuck, so that's how I beat this level 2. Mission 7, Level 1 starts with Lisa complaining about zombies, so Homer goes to collect survival pieces from around town. This is pretty easy, however, it expects you to use the graveyard shortcut, which caused me to lose a few times because of weirdness. But I learned that if you go fast enough on ramps, you don't explode. Level 2 starts with Homer talking to Comic Book Man about the cool black sedan parked under the spaceship. If you drive a car under it, it gets sucked up and explodes. You have to buy the zombie car to play this level. After you do, you follow the black sedan to the power plant. Intermission! I decided to beat all of Mission 7's races because it gives the best vehicle in the game, the race car. It has max stats on everything except durability, however, conquering the race seemed harder than first thought. One race I just have to go in circles, however the fire truck ramp is a big part of this race, so I'm unable to do that. I just drive back and forth between the two checkpoints on this race and end up beating it. The second race is a normal race, a straight line, first person to the end wins, very easy to beat without crashing. And the end zombie is also the same zombie that sells you the zombie car, so very convenient. The last race is a huge pain. You have to do laps of other cars which are reckless and end up crashing into you a lot. To beat this, I discovered that if you go fast enough, you can break glass panes without exploding. So I did this while carefully learning the car's pathing to avoid them. I also lied. I rage quit during the last described race and had to replay all of level 7 that I talked about, and all the races, so ow. After I beat this, I ended up using the race car a lot, since it feels really nice to drive. All the races took upwards of 6 hours. I also bought the hover bike after this for 1k coins, because it's a cool vehicle. Level 3 basically repeats 4 times. You take nuclear waste, drive to the spaceship, explode, and win the level. These levels don't change in difficulty, because if you hit anything, you usually drop the nuclear waste anyways. Only difference is I can't use the schoolyard shortcut, so I have to go around, which wastes valuable seconds. However, I'm usually given another countdown upon entering the schoolyard. Level 4 is a level dedicated to searching for more nuclear waste. Lisa tells Homer to ask Mr. Burns for more nuclear waste. You have to escape a black sedan and do parkour to get into Mr. Burns' office. Then solve a puzzle. Afterwards, you talk to Mr. Burns and start the second level of delivering nuclear waste. Level 5 is the only level where you get to choose one of your own cars to deliver the nuclear waste. I choose the race car because it's so fun to drive. This is a very easy level to beat. Level 6 starts with Homer stealing Snake's car and driving it to the nuclear plant, driving it back to get blown up. Level 7 is the last level of the game. Homer asks Abe for help. This is the only chance you get to drive Abe's modified vehicle. It feels faster than a race car, but harder to control. I spent a good few hours on this level, which I will now go into details on. This level starts with a race, so I can't just take my time. I have to take an RNG shortcut, which ensures I win the race. I reset my car after the shortcut to eliminate as much RNG as possible. I then have to drive and dodge traffic. I use a shortcut to enter the neighborhood while dodging the pumpkins. I reset my car again to make sure I hit nothing. I grab a wrench and drive to use the graveyard shortcut. I then drive through the barnyard. I destroyed the hay bales and the doors for the barnyard a while ago to make this easier. And then I win the race and grab the nuclear waste after positioning myself. I have to drive fast and carefully. I'm only given a minute, but it's enough to get where I need to be. I use the tire fire shortcut, and then I go through the trailer park. After that, I use the graveyard shortcut to get to the neighborhood as fast as possible. I almost run out of time, but the second half of the level begins. I have to escape the stand, which is pretty easy. I drive right by the opening entrance. I then reset my car after breaking the glass pane. Then I drive over to the Quick Mart using the second shortcut. Then I have to go as fast as possible to the school. I barely have enough time to do this. I had less than a second left when I managed to drive into the schoolyard, driving my car into the beam, and beating Simpsons hit and run without crashing. The conclusion is this was one hell of a playthrough. I loved the game. I don't know if it's because of nostalgia or because it's just fun, but I'm glad this gave me an excuse to play it again. A few levels didn't record, so I'm going to have to go back and replay them and record them, so that sucks. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm probably going to go off script now and ramble.
Here I am. It's been 2 years. I started production in 2023 of August. It's February 2025. It's been 2 years. I procrastinated learning a new editing software because I switched from Lightworks to Sony Vegas to Adobe. I used Adobe to edit this video. Mochi's going to further apply effects to it, but I did most of the work. Don't let her take that from me. But, yeah, this video, I should have procrastinated it for 2 years. Took like a week to edit at most. Next video, I don't know. It'll be something. I have another video on a different another video planned for a different channel. It's called The Larchy Situation is Insane. If you can find it, you'll have some laughs, I guess. But yeah, the background footage is just the background footage is I wanted to put it in, but I couldn't, and it's me beating the laser gun level from level 6, mission 6. Yeah, I mixed them up. That really bothered me. I got it wrong, and then I got it right at the end, and then I went back to being wrong the entire level. The screenshot just, it exposes it all. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Yeah, my mic sounds a lot clearer. I recorded that video using a headset mic. You know, like the mics that teachers would use to get on the intercom. That's one I kind of have. Sounds better than the headphone one, I believe, at least. Picking up fucking everything. I just tapped on my desk. You hear that? Anyways.